I knew I wasn't going to work for anyone.
I never knew I was going to business in my life.
I was there because I wanted to do something in agriculture, and I went into processing.
Just used 100 naira to produce 2 bottles of pineapple juice, and I got 1,000.
I get to help people with their plots of land, the cassava, 0.5 hectares for this amount, and that is how it's supposed to be. And they will tell you, no, this is how much I get for this one, and if you cannot do, go your way.
Now, when you're talking about people not paying you a fair price, the honest truth is there's always a cost for not having a brand.
My name is Adesina Oluwaseun. I graduated from the Federal University of Agriculture at Abeokuta. I studied animal genetics.
My name is Dozie K.B., a chemical engineering graduate from Federal University of Technology, Owerri.
My name is Aminaga Hufu-Manife. I graduated from University of Lagos, where I studied chemistry education.
My name is Shiremi Ololade.
I'm into livestock production business.
I'm into the production of handmade jewelry.
I do 3D design for construction, mainly houses and other constructions like that.
My intention is to widen my horizons in how to establish and move from stage 1 of a business starter to a professional aspect of it.
Intention when I was enrolling for this program was network and basically improving my fashion skills.
My intention was I wanted to make my business much more exposed because I find out that 3D is the in thing now, and I want people to appreciate what I do.
The major thing I've learned is that I don't have to do everything.
Ignice is into it. That's been awesome, let me say. And I've learned one particular thing, to be precise. When you want your business to grow, be innovative.
What do you need to take your business to the next level? Expert advice? Affordable financing? State-of-the-art technology? A partner you can trust. At First Bank, we can help with that. Visit sme.firstbanknigeria.com to find out how we can help you grow your business. First Bank.
We process and package beans into flour. Now, ordinarily, if you want to eat akara, as we are now, most of us don't make akara at home because of the stress. You have to soak the beans, you have to peel it, you have to go to Mama Sikira or Mama Monsura, to grind. When you bring it back home, you have to start turning and you fry. Or the same thing for moi moi. Now, I said, why not we make it this way? If we produce something that is easy for people to use, and somehow, because of my background in agriculture and food science, it was easy for me. We now process the beans flour, and now, a lot of people have problems with beans flour. And sometimes when I go to market mine, they say, this one, I bought this type the other day, it wasn't good. And I said, well, the processing technique might be different from mine. And that was just the place of education. That was the place of specialization because it was my field. So I was able to add extra value and I charged extra money. Now the same thing we did to fishes. I was doing catfish and tilapia. When we raised the fishes, I said, no more selling to those women that will come and buy from me at 5 fishes for 200 naira, and we'll bring it to Lagos, go under the bridge at law school, and sell it to people at 2 fishes for 1,000 naira. So what we did, I said, I understood the market I was going to serve, and that should be what anybody that is going into business, that is the analysis you should do. Who is your market? For our catfishes, for our tilapias and all that, and some of the freshwater fishes I get from the sea and ponds around me in Ekpede. You know what we do? For the ones that have scales, we remove the scales. we remove the gills, the viscera, all those things we throw away. Ordinarily, you go to the market, buy fish, you bring it home, you start removing all those things because you are time rich. So we've cleaned your fishes for you. In some packages, we have already cut it into sizes. We know you're not the type that will cut like 10 portions, or you know. We were not cutting 10 portions, you know. We cut 4 portions, we cut 5 portions, and we bagged them. And I was dazed, I was amazed at how supermarkets were ordering, even for fishes. So this one is just, what we call it is, okay, my brand name them was Royal Fishes, gills removed, this removed, that removed, ready to cook. And you see, the value we added to those things brought a better earning for us because we understood the market. So when we started processing the chickens, the feet, we have removed that skin that we used to use hot water, you know, to remove. We have cut off the nails, the feet and the head, we've cleaned it well, and we've packed that one separately. We put in the chicken. Now the gizzard, the neck, and any other thing, we pack that one too in another bag, we put in that chicken. And it's a whole chicken, even though it's processed. And you know the beauty of it? We do our slaughtering and processing every Thursday. So that by Friday, Saturday, whenever you want to have the chickens, you can have it. So that it will still taste fresh. Not the one that is coming, that has been on the high sea for 2 months. And they've used terrible chemicals, you know, to embalm before it gets to us. So we saw that there was a need for some people, and we came in to satisfy the need. So it was really easy for us to get returns early because people were waiting for it. Always remember that I said my markets are the pocket rich and the time poor.
Are you a creative person? Are you looking for the right partner to help you transform your talent into your business? We can help with that. First Bank SME Connect. Visit sme.firstbanknigeria.com to find out more. First Bank.
Now you talked about you producing some goods. You talked about producing some goods like gari, you talked about fruit juice. Is there no restriction from government of NAFDAC that looks into those goods? As in, now if I'm a type of person who produce a fruit juice at the back of my house and I package it well and I sell to people, even if it is not all that well packaged, as in processed, is there no restriction? Is there no restriction in government towards that?
I want to ask the packaged food. So the issue with food spoilage, and being packed in a nylon or maybe plate. So I want to ask how you're able to control that, as in, because that's the risk if at the end customers don't buy. So I want to know more.
First of all, let NAFDAC know and let them know your situation. NAFDAC has, they have relationship officers, just like the banks too have now. When you talk to them, okay, this is what I want to do. But really, you see, I don't have anything. And the truth is, no bank is interested in us. We small that have not even started anything. You don't have anything you want to say, this is what I've done. These are my achievements. Nobody's interested in us. So you have to do something first. And that's why when we get to them and tell them this and this is what we want to do, they'll be able to help us. Okay, you want to, what facility do you have? I have a 1-room apartment. I've seen somebody that has only 1 room. He's not living in there. And they said, okay, because we need 4 portions, 4 rooms. Divide that 1 room into 4. The guy did not even have money for partitioning, to buy plywood to do partitioning. You know what they told him? Okay, use a chalk or paint to draw line on the floor. Say this one is raw material room. This one is production room. This one is packaging. This one is finished good with 1 room. But we just sit down and we say, no, fine, it might have been there in the past, but it is no more. We have to approach them. When you sometimes they may even tell you, the processing technique you want to use is no longer acceptable. Use this one. Sometimes I've seen people that have been referred to me by NAFDAC that go and see this person, what they've done in their own place. So it's not about whether NAFDAC doesn't want us to do anything. It's just that you don't have the capacity to do something big. NAFDAC will even be the one to hasten your certification process. Now, in the area of packaging, we have a lot of companies now that are into food grade, polythene materials. You don't have to import from China. We have a lot of companies in Lagos that are doing it. They know that you have to put something in this thing. And we have a lot of processing technique also. Like there is a machine called the vacuum packaging machine. If you put something in it, it will remove the air so that the thing will be intact, it can stay long.
Don't look at the money alone. A lot goes into that business. Do you know I can stand from morning till night attending to customers? It's not just the money. If you don't have passion for what you are doing, I'm very energetic when it comes to my job. Because anytime you call me, I'm there. If I have an event, if there's a birthday party, if there's a wedding, I'm there. I don't just send my people, I'm there myself. People will say, why don't you send people? It's not because I want to monitor them after I've collected the money. They're not the ones that will collect the money. But I just want to, I love to see the feel on their faces that they're enjoying what they're taking. So you must enjoy what you're doing. If you don't enjoy it, please don't go into it.
In the value chain, for those of you that are interested, in doing one thing or the other in agriculture, it's not something you can do all alone. Even when I've said, I process, I do this, there are so many other things that we do. For instance, in the fresh juice business, if you want to go into it, you need fruits. Everybody cannot be a farmer. Even when you're a farmer, you may not produce enough to meet your market. And you see, I want to welcome as many people that want to go into the business because it's a large market. A lot of people. You may not sell 600, you may sell 100 naira, depending on the market you're targeting. And everybody makes his money. That's one. Then you see, secondly, you may not even be producing. It may just be that, okay, I have this networks, I have this connection to these places, and this person is producing, and you can strike deal. So the value chain is a long one, and at each point of the value chain, look at which one will be most productive, most, income giving to you. You may not have to do everything the way Bossa did. Even me too now, there are so many things I'm just cutting off in some of the places and say, no, this one, we can give it to another person to do. I don't want to saddle myself with all this, headaches and all that. So when we identify that, you don't have to raise the fish. You may not even smoke the fish. You understand? Just give them, this is what I want you to do. And you just package and sell in your own brand name. Meanwhile, the mama that is doing the fish does not even know where you're taking it to. And you'll be selling it in ShopRite, you'll be selling it in Goodies, you'll be selling it in Pack and Shop, and so many other places, depending on who your target audience is. So for you to know the best part in the value chain, you must know who do you want to sell to. Who is my target? What do I want to get in return for what I'm doing?
Do you want to grow your business by selling to people in different ways? We can help with that. First Bank SME Connect. Visit sme.firstbanknigeria.com to find out more. First Bank.
Are you a Nigerian? Do you have a business idea but lack the initial capital? AGDC, in partnership with Lagos State Government, the Chair Center Group, founded by Mrs. Ibukun Awoshika, presents through an online contest, Ignite Ideas Contest, to give seed capital of 100,000 naira each to 1,100 people and 1-year business mentorship. There is more. You also get access to credit facility from one of the biggest banks in the country. All you have to do is log on to www.igniteideas.org to register and fill the application form. You should also follow them on their social media pages. Facebook, www.facebook.com/IgniteIdeasContest. Twitter, @IgniteContest. Hurry and give your business ideas some life.
one of the things we're talking about is that agriculture, as nice as it is, truth is you can't really start small.
Wow.
I may be wrong, it's just my opinion. For you to make significant margins, at least everybody has tried, and we've seen that you can make a 10%, 12% return, but if
you start small.
Yes, if it's a very small,
subsistence.
Exactly,
kind of,
but that's the only way to start.
As much as we don't have to despise almost,
yes,
the profit margin is quite low.
Yeah.
But it's good to start small for learning's sake. Then after that, you need to expand. Because if you stay on that small level,
yes,
you will not really be successful.
Yeah, but nobody has ever said to you that start small and stay small. It's never the agenda. Starting small is getting started instead of waiting to find the money to start big and never starting at all. Do you understand? Now, let me now tell you the power of the knowledge that you have about the challenge of being small. Is once you know that, okay, I've started, my profit margin is only what, 10, 12%. But if I produce higher volume, I can increase my margin to about what in agriculture?
15, 18, 20.
To about 15, 20%. What does that tell you? That my 10, 12% margin that I make is not money available for the next nice shirt. It's not money to be a guy. It's not money to go and take a girl to a restaurant that you shouldn't be seen in at this point. It allows you to plan for the longer term, because then you know that every 10, 12% return that you make, that you add to your position, increases your profitability and your growth. And that means you make the decision to sacrifice over the next 2-3 years, because you are reinvesting your returns in the business to grow the business. And the other part of it, don't forget, is as you show the 10-12% profit, if you keep proper records of your returns relative to your investment, you can then take it to the bank. And okay, the bank will not talk to you. There's a lot of agric money available, and you need to find it. That's your work. You need to find that. That's one. 2, microfinance is the first banking point. It's more expensive than commercial bank, but what it represents is a first entry into the banking sector, because you are building a track record. All your farm sales going into an account that they can see. The trend of your returns going into an account that they can see. The reinvestment of your returns is obvious in the growth of the business and the additional income that you are generating. So when you go to them and say, for this next planting season, for me to scale up my poultry by this much, as I'm preparing for Christmas, I need between August and December, which is 4 months loan. Traditionally, they probably will give you 90 days loan, but you're saying I need 120 days loan, and they can see what you've done with it so far. This is how much I need, 500,000, which I will pay back by this period. Because even when you're feeding towards Christmas, it doesn't mean you're not making some sales in between.
Yeah.
Now, that's where your credibility comes in. Because if, as you're doing that, you're paying what you're making back, and you happen to pay faster than you should, that's an additional credit to you. And if this year you finish and the 500,000 is paid by Christmas, next year, based on your continuous track record, if you get there and say, I want to increase my volume for this Christmas, I need ₦1 million or $1.5 million. Because you have created a track record and there's performance to show, they are more disposed to give it to you. Right now, we have the Ignite Ideas business contest going on, which allows you to get a maximum of 100,000 naira. It was something under Ignite that the Chair Center for our 25th anniversary put down 10 million as a seed towards it. And We've had additional funding from Lagos State of 100 million to make it 110 million so far. We're still asking other people to match our funds so that we can activate a lot more young people. But it's a revolving interest-free money that is being disbursed by FBN Microfinance Bank on behalf of Ignite Ideas. Is part of the Ignite project. So 1,100 people, at least as I know today, can benefit from that scheme. But you have to write a clear business plan. You have to show facts and figures and everything. And once the judges, who are very accomplished entrepreneurs and professionals in different ways, can see the value of what you will do with it and all of that, you get 100,000 naira, which you have 6 months moratorium, no interest, nothing. You don't pay back until after from the 7th month. And in the 7th month, you start paying back only 5,000 naira every month. Why are we making you pay back? You're not a beggar. What you need is an opportunity. When you use the money to activate and you pay back, what do? We apply it to other people. And that way we can have a revolving fund that continues to empower as many young people as possible. Because by every 20 months, every individual that has 100,000 has returned. Another person can take that up. And that way, we can reach so many people, no matter how much the fund turns out to be. So it'll be an expensive mistake. It's the reason why we talked about small beginnings. It's not just for being small, it also allows you to prove your theory. Because every business idea you have is a theory. In reality, you always discover many assumptions that you've made that are wrong. And if your investment is small, you get to correct the assumptions with very minimal loss. But if you've already invested large sums of money, you will lose a lot of money. You'll be discouraged, your investors will be discouraged.
Send in your comments, questions, and shoutouts to our Facebook page, facebook.com/IgniteTV, Twitter/IgniteTVNG, and check out our website, www.ignite-tv.com. For extras on Ignite, visit our YouTube account on www.youtube.com/IgniteTVNigeria for lots more about the show and lots of useful information on building your business.